Welcome back to the channel US Rare Coins News, Top 1. If you love searching through old coins and dreaming about hidden treasures, then the United States Eisenhower $1 with the famous 1776 to 1976 date is a coin you should never ignore, because this historic dollar was created to celebrate the 200th anniversary of American independence. And millions of collectors around the world still hunt for the best examples today, so coin lovers listen very carefully and enjoy every detail, because this fascinating coin has stories, varieties, and surprises that many people still overlook. This special dollar honors President Dwight D. Eisenhower on the front, while the reverse shows the Liberty Bell with the moon behind it, a powerful design symbolizing both American history and the space age. And what makes the bicentennial issue unique is that instead of a single year, the date shows 1776 to 1976, making it instantly recognizable even to beginners, and this distinctive date is one of the reasons collectors feel excited every time they spot one in an old collection or coin jar. The coin was struck by the United States Mint in several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, and each mint produced slightly different versions, some intended for circulation and others made in special collector finishes. And the San Francisco issues are especially interesting because some were struck in 40% silver, which already gives them higher intrinsic value and makes them more desirable to collectors who focus on precious metal coins. Rarity in these coins often depends on condition, and this is something many beginners underestimate, because a worn coin that has traveled through circulation for years may be worth only a small premium, but a sharply detailed example with brilliant luster, clean surfaces, and strong strike can attract serious attention, especially when certified in high mint state grades. And this dramatic difference in value is what makes careful coin searching so exciting for collectors. Another reason the Bicentennial Eisenhower dollar can become valuable is the presence of varieties, and one of the most talked about varieties is the difference between Type 1 and Type 2 reverses, where the lettering on the Liberty Bell design appears thicker and less defined on one type and sharper and clearer on the other, and collectors often study these small design differences closely because certain varieties are scarcer and therefore more sought after in the marketplace. Error coins add another layer of excitement, because minting mistakes are unpredictable and can transform an ordinary coin into a collectible treasure, and among the errors known for Eisenhower dollars are off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and double die features where letters or numbers appear slightly duplicated, and these unusual characteristics attract collectors who specialize in mint errors and are willing to pay strong premiums for dramatic examples. Collectors also pay close attention to proof coins, which were struck with specially prepared dies and polished planchets, producing mirror-like fields and frosted designs, and these proof bicentennial dollars were sold in sets and often preserved carefully, meaning many survive in excellent condition today. Yet the finest examples with flawless surfaces can still command impressive prices because top-grade coins are always scarce. Another interesting factor that makes this coin appealing is its historical context, because the bicentennial celebration was a nationwide event filled with patriotic pride, and coins, stamps, and memorabilia were produced to mark the occasion, and owning one of these dollars is like holding a small piece of that historic moment, which is why many collectors keep them not just for value but for the story they represent. Many people wonder whether these coins still appear in circulation, and while it is less common today, it is still possible to find circulated Eisenhower dollars in old bank rolls, inherited collections, or estate sales, and this possibility keeps treasure hunters motivated, because the thrill of discovering a rare variety or high-grade example is one of the greatest joys in coin collecting. Now let's talk about real market values and auction results so you know what these coins can actually be worth, because circulated Bicentennial Eisenhower dollars usually sell for about $1.50 to $3, uncirculated examples in nice condition often bring $10 to $30, 40% silver issues commonly sell for $15 to $50 depending on grade, high-grade certified coins have reached several $100s, and rare top-quality or exceptional variety examples at auction have sold for more than $1,000, proving that this historic dollar can truly become a valuable treasure for collectors who know what to look for. Top 2, the United States Eisenhower $1 from 1977 with the D Mint mark is a coin you should never overlook, because at first glance it may look like an ordinary dollar, but collectors know that certain dates, conditions, and minting errors can turn this heavy copper-nickel coin into a surprisingly valuable collectible. And today we are going to explore why this coin continues to attract attention from collectors around the world, so listen very carefully and enjoy every detail of this fascinating piece of American coinage history. The Eisenhower Dollar series was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, one of the most respected military leaders and presidents in United States history, and his portrait on the obverse gives the coin a bold and powerful appearance that immediately stands out compared with smaller denominations, while the reverse design featuring the eagle landing on the moon connects the coin to the era of space exploration, making the Eisenhower Dollar not only a tribute to a president but also a symbol of technological achievement and national pride. The 1977 D. Eisenhower Dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, and the small D mint mark just above the date is an important detail that collectors always check first, because different mint facilities produce different quantities and sometimes different striking qualities, and Denver minted coins are known for certain die characteristics that specialists study carefully when searching for high-grade or unusual examples. One of the most important factors that affects the value of a 1977 D. Eisenhower Dollar is condition, because many of these coins were released into circulation and quickly picked up marks, scratches, and dull surfaces due to their large size and heavy weight, so finding a sharply struck example with bright luster, minimal contact marks, and strong details in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's feathers can be much more difficult than many people expect, and this scarcity of high-grade coins is one of the reasons collectors are willing to pay strong premiums for the finest pieces. Rarity can also come from minting errors, and this is where things become especially exciting for treasure hunters, because error coins are unpredictable and often discovered by chance. And among the known errors for Eisenhower dollars are off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, clipped planchets where a portion of the edge is cut away, die cracks that appear as raised lines across the surface, and double die varieties where letters or numbers show noticeable doubling, and each of these unusual features can transform an ordinary coin into a highly desirable collectible that error specialists actively search for. Another fascinating aspect of the 1977 D issue is the challenge of finding coins with exceptional eye appeal, because luster, toning, and strike quality all play a role in determining desirability, and some uncirculated coins display beautiful golden or rainbow toning that developed naturally over decades of storage, and collectors often prize these visually striking pieces not only for their technical grade but also for their unique and attractive appearance. Many beginners assume that all Eisenhower dollars are common, but experienced collectors know that population reports show a dramatic drop in the number of coins surviving in the very highest grades, and this means that while millions were minted, only a small fraction remain in superb condition today, which is why professional grading and careful preservation are so important for anyone hoping to build a serious collection of these historic dollars. The thrill of collecting coins like the 1977 D. Eisenhower Dollar comes not only from their potential value but also from the sense of connection to history, because every coin has traveled through countless hands, passed through stores and banks, and survived decades before finally reaching a collector who recognizes its significance, and that journey makes each discovery feel like uncovering a small but meaningful piece of the past. Now let's talk about real market value so you know what collectors actually pay, because circulated 1977 D. Eisenhower dollars usually sell for about $1.50 to $3. Uncirculated examples in bright condition often bring $10 to $25. Coins in very high certified grades can sell for several $100s, and exceptional top-grade pieces with outstanding preservation or dramatic errors have reached auction prices of more than $1,000, proving that even a seemingly ordinary dollar coin can become a valuable treasure when rarity, condition, and collector demand come together. Top 3. The United States Eisenhower $1 from 1974 with the D mint mark is a coin you should pay very close attention to, because while many people think of these large dollars as common, collectors know that certain conditions, varieties, and mint errors can make them surprisingly valuable, and today we are going to explore why this heavy and historic coin continues to fascinate collectors. So coin lovers, listen very carefully and enjoy every moment of this journey into one of America's most interesting dollar coins. The Eisenhower Dollar was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and his portrait on the front gives the coin a strong and dignified appearance that immediately stands out, while the reverse shows a powerful eagle landing on the moon, a design inspired by the Apollo 11 mission that symbolizes courage, innovation, and national pride. And this combination of presidential history and space exploration makes the Eisenhower dollar one of the most iconic modern coins ever produced. The 1974 D issue was struck at the Denver Mint, and the small d mint mark near the date is an important detail collectors always check first, because coins from different mints can have different strike qualities and survival rates, and Denver coins from this year are known for sometimes showing weak strikes in certain areas, which means finding a sharply detailed example can be more difficult than many people expect. Condition plays a huge role in determining value, because Eisenhower dollars are large and heavy, and when they were released into circulation they often received nicks, scratches, and dull surfaces very quickly, so collectors are always searching for coins with bright mint luster, clean fields, and strong detail in Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's feathers, and coins that meet these standards are far scarcer than the mintage numbers might suggest. Another factor that makes the 1974 D Eisenhower dollar exciting is the possibility of mint errors, because minting mistakes are unpredictable and often discovered years later, and among the errors collectors look for are off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and doubled die varieties where letters or numbers appear slightly doubled, and dramatic examples of these errors can be worth many times more than a normal coin, especially when they are clearly visible and well preserved. Collectors also study die varieties and strike characteristics, because subtle differences in dies can create small but important distinctions between coins, and specialists sometimes identify minor varieties that become popular within the collecting community, and this hunt for overlooked details is one of the reasons coin collecting remains such an exciting hobby for people who enjoy careful observation and discovery. Eye appeal is another feature that can dramatically increase desirability, because some uncirculated Eisenhower dollars develop attractive toning over time, showing shades of gold, blue, or violet that form naturally as the metal reacts with the environment, and beautifully toned coins often attract strong interest at coin shows and auctions, sometimes selling for much more than ordinary examples of the same date and mint. Many collectors also appreciate the historical period in which this coin was produced, because the early 1970s were a time of major change in American currency, with silver disappearing from circulating coins and new designs reflecting modern themes, and the Eisenhower dollar represents this transitional era, making it a meaningful addition to collections focused on modern United States coinage. Searching for high-grade examples of the 1974 D Eisenhower dollar can be surprisingly challenging, because relatively few coins survived in superb condition, and professional grading services have shown that the number of coins in the very highest grades is extremely small compared with the total number minted, which is why collectors compete strongly for the finest certified pieces whenever they appear on the market. Now let's talk about real market value so you understand what these coins can actually be worth, because circulated 1974 D Eisenhower dollars usually sell for about $1.50 to $3. Bright uncirculated examples commonly bring $8 to $20, high-grade certified coins can sell for several $100s, and exceptional top-quality pieces or dramatic mint error coins have reached auction prices of more than $1,000, proving that even a coin many people overlook can become a valuable and exciting treasure for collectors who know what to look for. Top 4. The United States Eisenhower $1 from 1972 with the D mint mark is a coin you absolutely need to understand, because while millions were produced, certain varieties, high-grade examples, and rare mint errors can make this large and impressive dollar far more valuable than most people imagine. So coin lovers, listen very carefully and enjoy this deep dive into one of the most talked about modern dollar coins in American history. The Eisenhower Dollar series was introduced to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a legendary military leader and respected president whose portrait dominates the obverse of the coin with bold detail and strong presence, and on the reverse you will see the iconic eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 insignia, symbolizing America's achievement in space exploration. And this powerful combination of presidential tribute and space-age pride gives the coin a unique place in United States numismatic history. The 1972 D Eisenhower dollar was struck at the Denver Mint, and the small d mint mark below Eisenhower's neck near the date is a key detail that collectors always check, because mint location can influence strike quality and survival rates, and Denver issues from the early 70s are known for sometimes having weaker strikes in certain areas, especially on the high points of the design, which makes sharply detailed examples much harder to find than many beginners expect. 1. Of the most exciting aspects of the 1972 Eisenhower Dollars overall is the existence of reverse design varieties, especially the different earth designs seen on some issues, and while the rarest and most famous varieties are associated with the Philadelphia Mint, collectors still carefully examine Denver coins for strong detail and die characteristics, because understanding the design differences across the series increases knowledge and helps identify unusual pieces that might otherwise go unnoticed. Condition is absolutely critical when it comes to value, because these coins are large, heavy, and made of copper nickel clad, which means they tend to pick up contact marks very easily when stored in bags or used in circulation, and finding a 1972D example with booming mint luster, clean fields, and minimal marks is significantly more difficult than finding a worn example, which is why high-grade coins certified by professional grading services often command strong premiums in the marketplace. Mint errors add another layer of excitement that keeps collectors constantly searching, because mistakes made during the minting process can turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible, and some of the known errors for Eisenhower dollars include off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, broad strikes without a defined rim, clipped planchets where a section of the coin is cut away, die cracks appearing as raised lines across the surface, and double die varieties where the date or lettering shows noticeable doubling, and dramatic examples of these errors can sell for impressive amounts depending on visibility and condition. Another feature that makes the 1972D Eisenhower dollar interesting is natural toning, because over decades some uncirculated coins develop attractive shades of gold, blue, violet, or even rainbow colors along the edges, and collectors often pay premiums for coins with eye-catching and original toning, especially when the surfaces remain clean and undamaged, proving that beauty and originality can significantly increase desirability. Many people assume that because millions of these coins were minted they must all be common and inexpensive, but experienced collectors understand that survival in top condition is what truly determines rarity, and population reports show that only a small fraction of 1972D Eisenhower dollars have been preserved in superb gem condition, which explains why the finest graded examples can surprise people with their auction results. The thrill of owning a 1972D Eisenhower dollar also comes from its historical setting, because it represents a time when the United States was adjusting to a new era of coinage after silver was removed from circulating coins, and the Eisenhower dollar stands as one of the last large-sized dollar coins intended for circulation, making it an important bridge between classic silver dollars and modern small dollar issues. Now let's talk about real market value so you clearly understand what this coin is worth today, because circulated 1972D Eisenhower dollars usually sell for about $1.50 to $3, nice uncirculated examples commonly bring $8 to $25. High-grade certified coins in superb condition can sell for several $100s, and exceptional top population pieces or dramatic and well preserved error coins have reached auction prices of more than $2,000, proving that this historic dollar can truly become a valuable prize for collectors who know exactly what to look for. Top 5. The United States Eisenhower $1 from 1974 with no mint mark is a coin you should never ignore, because many collectors overlook these large dollars thinking they are all common, yet certain examples, especially those in high grade or with unusual minting errors, can be far more valuable than expected. So coin lovers listen very carefully and enjoy every detail because this coin has more secrets than most people realize. The Eisenhower Dollar series was created to honor President Dwight D. Eisenhower, and his portrait on the front of the coin gives it a strong and dignified appearance, while the reverse design of an eagle landing on the moon reflects the excitement of the space age and America's technological achievements, making this coin a fascinating blend of presidential history and scientific progress that continues to attract collectors from around the world. A 1974 Eisenhower dollar with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, because coins produced in Philadelphia during that period often carried no mint mark, and this detail is very important for collectors to understand, since identifying the mint correctly is the first step in determining rarity, and although millions were produced, the challenge of finding high-quality examples keeps collectors searching. Condition plays a huge role in determining value, And this is especially true for Eisenhower dollars, because their large size means they were easily scratched or marked when stored in mint bags or used in circulation, so coins with bright luster, clean surfaces, and strong details in the hair, lettering, and eagle design are far scarcer than the average worn examples, and collectors are always willing to pay more for coins that appear nearly untouched. Another exciting aspect of the 1974 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar is the possibility of mint errors, because errors are unpredictable and often discovered years after the coins were produced, and collectors have found examples with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, lamination errors, and double die features where letters or numbers appear slightly duplicated, and dramatic examples of these errors can turn a simple dollar into a highly desirable collectible that attracts strong interest at coin shows and auctions. Varieties and die characteristics also make this coin interesting to study, because subtle differences in die wear or striking pressure can affect the sharpness of details, and collectors who carefully compare coins sometimes notice minor differences in lettering strength, eagle feather definition, or rim sharpness, and these small details often determine whether a coin is considered average or exceptional in the eyes of experienced numismatists. Eye appeal is another important factor, because some uncirculated Eisenhower dollars develop beautiful natural toning after decades of storage, showing shades of gold, amber, or even rainbow colors along the edges, and coins with attractive toning and original surfaces are often prized not only for their rarity but also for their beauty, which adds an artistic dimension to the hobby of coin collecting. Many collectors also appreciate this coin because it represents one of the last large-size dollar coins intended for everyday circulation in the United States, and holding one in your hand feels very different from modern coins, reminding collectors of an earlier era when coins were larger, heavier, and carried a strong visual presence that made them feel significant. The search for high-grade examples of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar with no mint mark continues today, because population reports show that only a small percentage of coins survive in superb gem condition, and when one of these outstanding examples appears at auction, collectors compete eagerly, knowing that truly exceptional coins are far rarer than most people realize. Now let's talk about real market value so you know what these coins can actually be worth, because circulated 1974 Eisenhower dollars with no mint mark usually sell for about $1.50 to $3, bright uncirculated examples commonly bring $10 to $25, high-grade certified coins can sell for several $100s, and exceptional top-quality pieces or dramatic mint error coins have reached auction prices of more than $1,500, proving that this historic dollar can still become a valuable and exciting treasure for collectors who know exactly what to look for.